Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode on how Clash Royale is destroying its own reputation. And yes, that is the new name of this series I decided to give Clash Royale right now, at least for my channel, with all the things going on with the game right now. At this point, like I said multiple times in the past, I might as well make an entire series on my channel. And for today's episode, I kind of just want to talk about where the community is currently at right now with Clash Royale. I mean, at least from what I'm understanding, and at least from what we've all seen so far, I mean, we all seen like Supercell make some pretty bad moves and make some pretty good moves in the past, but ever since the update for losers came out, like the developers for Clash Royale have just been completely just bombing, like going in a completely bad direction ever since the update for losers came out for Clash Royale just a couple months ago now. It's just been completely just nothing but negativity from the community. It just seems like every single time I log online now, it just seems like Clash Royale is just getting roasted to oblivion every single time when they try to post a new announcement. Like, oh, hey, look at all this stuff coming out now. And every single time they post, they are getting just completely bombarded by the community. And I kind of want to share some of their frustration and how some of these people are feeling right now. Now, I've definitely made a couple videos in the past talking about where I personally think about where Clash Royale has gone through, and I personally want to see this game do good, but so far it's just been going down the toilet. So I want to show you guys some of the comments that some people have been saying about this game. And these are people that genuinely do care about this game and they want this game to succeed, but ever since the update for losers came out, it's just been, like I said, nothing but negativity. So I want to go through some of the comments that the community left on Clash Royale's channel for their comment section because I still think that they all make good points. Now keep in mind before I show you this, these comments are going to be old at least by the time of the recording of this video, but they all still make genuinely good points and I want to point out as many as I can. And it just seems like every time when the community tries to give feedback back to Clash Royale developers, they just seem to go radio silent and they just don't acknowledge the community. It seems like the Clash Royale developers are in the state of silence, it seems like, where they just don't answer the community's feedback at all. So, we're going to go through some of these comments that the community has left for them, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on this as we go along. We're going to be starting off with the first comment on the top here from Buddyberry8413. I apologize if I say the name wrong. I like how they are releasing more updates that the community hates and doesn't even react to them. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, the developers are releasing more updates to this game and they don't even react to the community's feedback. Because every single time the community tries to react towards Supercell and give them feedback, the developers just remain silent and they just don't seem to care. But anyway, let's continue. Here we got another comment from $6584. As they say, the strongest card in Clash Royale is the credit card. Now, this has been a massive problem with Clash Royale for a while now, and people have been trying to tell Supercell these microtransactions are more overpriced, and it's just getting so out of control. And to make matters worse, like the game has become more pay to win rather than free to play. And as a matter of fact, the game has gotten so pay to win, people can barely keep up with everyone else. As a matter of fact, if you just Google the game Clash Royale itself, in the description it says here Clash Royale is a free to play, pay to win real time strategy video game. So, Even Google itself is telling you, hey, this game is pay to win. If you just Google Clash Royale, it says this game is pay to win, even though it's free to play. But if Google recognizes this game as pay to win, that kind of shows you how bad of a spot Clash Royale is really in right now. And as a matter of fact, like I said a moment ago, the game has gotten so pay to win, you're at a critical disadvantage for if you're just trying to push ladder or if you're even trying to push Path of Legends, which is ranked mode. And those people will use their credit card, as some funny people say in the comment section. Some people will use the most ultimate card of them all, the credit card, to pay their way and get an even bigger advantage. And it makes it a massive disadvantage as time goes on. And to make matters worse, there have been bundles in the store that are overly priced, that are like what, $20, $30 at most, for quite honestly microtransaction prices that are not really worth it. And they're just as much, if not, they're even more expensive than like your usual Call of Duty skins that you get, for example. Here we have Anta as a Pokemon 6586. I apologize if I say it wrong. Is making a joke about Supercell's greed. It's not a Supercell anymore. It's Money Cell. Love the Munchlax Pokemon profile picture, by the way. I personally like Munchlax. But anyway, back on track. We got another comment from Cortex6338. If Supercell wants to save Clash Royale, they have to come back with one of the best updates in the game. If you ask me personally, I think Supercell desperately needs a home run of a good update. They definitely need to make the next update a good one, because it's just been a complete massive failure of an update for the last few months. Like, the last few updates over the last few months have just been nothing but massive L's, and the community has just been absolutely going hog wild in the comments section towards the developers. And if you ask me, they need to put more time into these updates. And if they reverted most of these changes, then I would say that would be solid. But let's continue. And here we got some more comments, starting with the next set over here. I think Supercell started a challenge to know which update will frustrate the most. Can't wait to see what the next one is with. Level 16 Hog Rider at 3 Elixir and the same attack damage. And then the next comment underneath. At this point, you can't get disappointed anymore. Supercell has just set the bar so low on the last few updates. Now, first of all, I'm just going to say this right now. Dear God, do not make the Hog Rider 3 Elixir. He's already a massive pain in the ass at 4 Elixir. But if he does the same damage at 3 Elixir, then I might just throw a complete tantrum, and I just might make an angry rant about that by itself. But, yeah, with all seriousness, Supercell has set the bar so low with Clash Royale. Like I've said already, just over the last few updates, they have just been massive disappointments, and people are starting to get fed up and tired of it. Like, people are just getting sick and tired of all of these massive L's, and they're just not really playing the game anymore, and they just kind of stop playing outright entirely, or people are just taking a massive break from the game, and rightfully so. And can you blame them? No, of course not. And yet here we have another comment that says, I'm so sad. The last update brought me back to the game after almost 2 years of not playing. Literally took one update to kill all interest. Now, I personally agree with this comment, and I've definitely said this multiple times in my previous videos in the past, whether I talk about Call of Duty or talk about Overwatch 2 and how they've lied about adding campaign into Overwatch 2 and they did not, and the developers lied. And here in Clash Royale, this person has came back to the game for almost 2 years of taking a break, and then due to this recent update, all it took was just one bad update, and it just instantly killed all this person's interest. And I feel bad for not only these people, but for everyone just playing this game right now. I feel bad because of how horrible the state of Clash Royale is in right now. So, to wrap this whole video up, like, the community is just getting fed up and tired with this complete horse crap that Clash Royale has just been showing to their community for a while. At this point, with all of these problems still going on, I am convinced that the Clash Royale development team is starting to turn into EA. Now, I want to be proven wrong. I want to be wrong. But so far, all they have done was prove me right time and time again. And they have just proven to the community that they are not really paying that much attention and they just really don't care that much. And they just don't really care about the game as much. If they truly did care about the community, if they truly did care about Clash Royale as a game, then they would revert either half of these decisions and try to do some form of damage control and say, yeah, we're sorry, we're going to fix most of these changes, but we need to keep some of them in there for the sake of this game and because we do need to make money. And I get that. I understand that you need to make money and all that stuff because you're a mobile game and everything. But at the end of the day, you can still make money, but you just got to put it at a more reasonable price. Like $20 or $30 bundle offers is just way too expensive. And nobody's going to really buy that kind of offer. And it's just stupid. Personally, I've been boycotting the game by just not spending a penny in the game at all. As a matter of fact, some of my friends that I played Clash Royale with, we all seem to be on the same page. Like, yeah, Clash Royale is kind of in a rough spot, but if we're going to boycott the game, then we'll just either not spend a penny or we'll just stop playing the game outright. And personally, I just haven't spent a penny on the game for a good month now, actually, since this whole crisis has been getting a little more out of control. And as long as Supercell continues their greed, and as long as Clash Royale continues down this dark path that they're sticking with, then I don't see the point of really playing this game. I want this game to do good, and I want this game to be fun for people. But if the developers are not going to really stick with what the community wants and they're going to continue to ignore their feedback and they're just going to continue to do what they have been, then I don't see any hope for this game thriving that much longer. So, to wrap this whole video up, Supercell, you gotta do your job and you gotta get this game in a much better state. I don't want this game to get any worse than it already is. You're already in a rough spot, not only with your community, but Clash Royale in general is just not doing too hot right now. You gotta pick up the pace, man, and you gotta listen to your players, because if you don't have that player retention, and if you don't have those people sticking around giving you feedback and you don't listen to them, then you're not gonna have a game to even try to monetize, and you're not going to really have a player base to keep interest in. So the ball is in your court, Supercell. So with that being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. I don't know if I'll have a video up by next week or next month at all, because next month I plan to take off because that's when my birthday is in. So I plan to take some time off and have some fun. So I don't know if I'll have a video up by next week or next month, but we'll just see where that goes. So with that being said, thank you everyone for watching. And until next time, I'm talking about the state that Clash Royale is currently in right now. And I'll see you all later.